Good morning. Let's test if the mic works before I continue. And then let's take a look where we're at. So, looks like we did move much yesterday. A bit of a sideways movement. So this looks like an interesting part where we're actually at right now. Look, I don't like trading straight out of me getting at the charts. So I'm gonna be a bit more patient. If I was online like say a half hour ago, I would probably take a short off of this straight down. So we have buy side liquidity just been taken. We got rejected off it twice. We came in a 15-minute for value gap. So want to see how we act right here. Otherwise, I'm going to jump in a short and take all this trend line liquidity out. Gonna be a bit more patient. I'm not yet in anything. It will be on screen. Just because I just got online, I don't trade straight out of open. So it's a bit strange for me to do. But this looks like definitely a nice indication, this 15-minute right here. So before we start, we're actually in a choppy market right now. So we can see we had 6 out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6 hours of sideways movement right now. Okay, we did had some expansion, of course, but we had probably as good as a sideways movement here. 4 hour the same. We don't have any for value gaps, so we're trading inside these candles right now. We also made as good as equal lows. we're very close to previous day high. So I'm going to be a bit more patient before jumping into anything. I want to see how we act right here, just because of this choppiness. Only thing that I did see straight off was actually, we took buy side liquidity right here. We came into a 15-minute actually. We filled this up completely. It's also a 5-minute for value gap. And this is a strong 15-minute rejection actually. So this could indicate that we actually will move lower than a minute, but I want to be a bit more patient before I do anything. I want to see the market actually take that move before jumping into it. And good morning, by the way, for everybody. Hope you're all doing great. Not eager to do anything right now, especially not of this choppiness from yesterday that I see. We did had a nice, a huge candle downwards. Let's take a look if we have news today. Yeah, unemployment claims we got at 2:30 in the afternoon for me. I'll be not online by that time, so. But it will be, yeah, if you are trading at 2:30, I would take a look to put your stop at break even at least. There could be some movement. But we'll let the market develop a bit, see what it acts like, and then I'll jump into something if I see anything. Right now, the only thing that I saw was that 15 minutes just above us, the short from, but previous day high is very nearby too. And because of this choppiness, I'm just going to be a bit more patient. The market will show its hand anyways, so we got plenty of time. We're just in stream, so just be patient. Morning, Veerle, Wilmans, Emily, at 1P9, and so on. But we can also see, this is something that you may not yet know yet, but something that's definitely good to know too. You can see how the candles reduce strength actually when they are forming. So you can see that we had a very strong candle right here. And then the three last ones were actually like doji. So doji candle is actually like a flat body with an upper and a lower wick, with a very small body. So we can actually see this is like a doji 2 right here, and then the market tends to change its hands when it should be around support or resisting level. So same here, we had 2-3 dojis right now, so there is a possibility if we get a swing high that the market will move lower. But just being patient, not doing anything right now. If I have to target anything, I would be those equal lows right here, as good as equal lows. The reason I'm not eager to jump into anything because I actually don't see what the market was doing right here. So it took some liquidity, but not all of it. So because all the candles actually close to each other, they don't form any fair value gaps inside. They're all closed actually. Not one gives a 15-minute fair value gap. And this doesn't happen that often. So here we have one. We got rejected because we took the high. And the only thing that we still had was a 5-minute just above here. So this was what we just tapped. So like I said, I'm just going to be patient, see what the market brings. Not going to do anything right now. I don't have a clear view of what the market wants to do, so I'll be patient, especially after this sideways choppiness. This was a huge liquidity grab, actually. We took out the full trendline liquidity right here. This was actually what I wanted to see in the morning session when we took that trade down. I believe that was here somewhere. Were we shorting? Yeah. So I wanted to see it take out that liquidity. We actually came into a 15-minute fair value gap. We reacted off of it. We stayed sideways the whole day. If we left actually a runner, we would actually never have got tapped out. Our stop was actually at this high, so good to know. So same here, 4 hours, no fair value gaps. 1 hours, no fair value gaps, except of maybe one that we can create right now. Yeah, so we still need 35 minutes in this candle. So it isn't much what we could have reacted off. The only thing that this one is actually a 1 minute void that was open right here, that was there, but for the rest, there's actually nothing that we could see that we could trade off. So I hope not too many of you guys were trading yesterday. in the afternoon session, but after we took that profit. So we're very near to previous day high. We'll probably take out previous day high. I want to see how we act once we hit that high. So this is the major liquidity pool that we have right now. That's previous day high. If we see like a nice push up to it, to that 700 level, and then we see a reaction back down, we take a short. If we continue, we will find some entries to continue to long with it. If anybody is into astrology, it's a full moon today. Oh, at my side anyways. So don't do anything irrational today. We did have a half hour right here. We didn't get tapped yet. First of all, I hope everybody can see that this is a choppy market. We do not trade chops. So we'll be patient until we see a clear direction. If we move up and just take out previous day high, that's it. I'll let it right to previous day high. It's only like 20 points. And then afterwards, we will see what we can do once we hit that high. So this can take a few minutes before we get there. So anybody that joins, if you have any questions, just ask. Otherwise, get yourself a drink. This can take a few minutes before we are there. So I'll do the same. So for crypto, we're actually at a very crucial point. Also, Bitcoin right now is like at that level, or it will continue up, or it will actually say, I'm done for it. So I would love to see it hit at least 97. Then I would take out the strand line liquidity too, but at this level, it's actually a very clear level. So this is a 2.5 right now. So I collected some today of this trade. So the first time we went into it, I was right here. It came back. I took a fall of a half partial right here. Put my stop at entry. It took me out, and I jumped back in, and now I'm almost 2 hour up. Very easy trade, by the way. This one, the same actually as we've been doing all day, break of structure, retest, continuation. Same here, there was 1, 2 break of structures for itself, and then this was actually a full retest back to that 7, 8 level. If you would watch like this was that almost that 7, 8 level we hit. So if you want to learn how to do this, just keep watching the streams or join the bootcamp. That's also one that you can do. Back to NASDAQ right now. Let's see if it moved anything yet. Nope. Now you can trade this in NY session or just in London session. Doesn't really matter. I have students that do different trading strategies. Don Rick. Break of structure actually, and just being patient for the retest of a 15-minute per value gap is one of the easiest models there are. The only thing that you have to do is have a lot of patience. If you're one of the people that actually want to trade instantly and always, this is one that you actually have every day at least 1 or 2 good entries. But you only have like 1 or 2 good entries at a whole day. Yeah, sorry guys, I got distracted by my chickens. That were doing something very strange. A bit like the market. I used to trade orb a lot. I actually used to trade pre-orb too, so that means actually an hour before opening. I'll be honest immediately, This is actually no price action that I want to trade right now. So we're inside, just ranging from the same actually movement from yesterday. So I do want to see a clear expansion right now, or to the downside or to the upside before doing anything. Remember, if you want to be a trader, there's one thing that you need to adapt. That's patience, first of all, and to know when to trade and when not to trade. And if you have it not easy by not trading, first of all, lock yourself out for 15 minutes. That way, you're not you cannot do anything. And second of all, you will have to adapt that skill set that you will have to learn to be patient. There is no other way. There is no way in between. You really actually have to learn to adapt and make sure that you don't trade when you're not supposed to trade. Make sure that you have a plan and read it all every day too. So until it's so good and branded into your brain, when to take a trade, when not to take a trade, that needs to be all in that plan for yourself. This way you can slowly move up that skill. I need to scare the invisible chicken away. What? He sees a chicken? Oh, nice. Okay, so now we need to know why he does that. But there is no teddy bear or something like that inside, Emily, right? It's really something that's not there, if I'm correct, if I can read it correctly. Yeah, I don't have an answer for that one. Talks about this man he sees and the chicken. Very weird and a bit scary. Does he go to school already? No, it's your youngest son, right? He's still at home. History, so maybe no. It's not about the age. It's really about. Ask him if he can draw it. What he sees. Yeah, ask him if he can draw it, or does he ever see it somewhere else than just his bedroom, so that you can put yourself in his shoes. So if he can draw it, that means that he can actually literally see it. So, and you can put it also more in perspective in your visualization and how it looks actually what he sees. And ask him also if he ever seen it somewhere except of his bedroom. For the same reason, maybe he saw it somewhere else. Okay, we're about 45 minutes since stream, or about 40 minutes almost in stream. Still the same, no movement right now, so we'll not be touching anything right now. we'll need to see that clear move. We have like equal highs right here too. So we'll probably take that out before moving to any direction anyways. To all of you that always like to trade, ask yourself if that is a habit of a true trader. Go look somebody up that actually knows how to trade, except of me. There are enough in the space that actually know how to trade. But look at the ones that really are on top of it. So ask yourself how they would value just jumping in a trade without a reason or something. Or taking like 50 trades a day. This feeling. Only in his bedroom, okay. Okay. Yeah, I never teach myself psychology for children, but maybe he's seen something on television or yeah, on YouTube that he can relate to something. Dude, there are some scary stuff out there for children already. That's uh, legally to show to children. I really wouldn't show my kids something like that. And something with monsters even was really scary. Some little fluffy teddy bear with teeth. One of my nephews had it. I was looking like this is really something strange. Yeah, everybody has it in school. It's really something we endure. I was like, shit. I think I would be terrified when I was that kid's age and had that kind of teddy bear. I would never put that in my bedroom. But if it works, it's okay. Happy for you that he can sleep at least. Still got 70 minutes and we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there will happen something sooner or later. So we're actually, look, this is that range box today that we're in. So maybe I'll explain why I'm not really eager to do anything. So look, we're trading inside this box right now. And we've been trading in here for 12 hours. This is a box for 50 points or something like that. Okay, look, 70 points. We can trade this if we can, of course. The only thing is the market first needs to show its hand right now. I'm not eager to jump into anything unless I actually see where the market now wants to go to. My first idea when I came in was definitely downwards. Once we hit this 15-minute, 5-minute, took that buy side liquidity. So there was a lot of liquidity right here being built up. We tapped the lows. So we took out sell side liquidity right here, all of it with this lower part. Then we moved slowly back up. So we're building up trend line liquidity right here. And we took out buy side liquidity just. We tapped the 15-minute right now. So my main idea is that we go down. We got previous day high very nearby. So I would actually prefer that we take our previous day high first and then move down. But yesterday was the same. We didn't actually. So previous day high was taken before we came online, and then we actually just kept falling down. I'll ask my wife if we have anything, if we know anything about it. Maybe she heard something already about something like this. I actually have no idea. I had a Aljan always slept very good. So when she got to school, then she was actually the one that had some nightmares that she didn't want to go anymore, and yeah. But for now, it's good for her. That's one special memory, I must say. Okay, go ask a pastor. I hope everybody that's in the stream here that also has the same patience and didn't touch anything yet. No matter that, probably will go lower, but there's no reason actually to jump in a trade right now. So if you ever want to trade ranging, look, take your flip tool and put on the numbers, the 0.5, the 75, and the 0.25. The rest you don't need. So if you have a trade and a ranging part, I'll give you some free info today. We have support and we actually have demand and supply. So we have the upper part, that you can short off, and you have the lower part where you actually can long off. This is how you can actually trade this, but I'm not a fan of trading sideways movement, so I don't do it. But this is if you want ever to do this. So how can you trade this? So your flip tool, you have your 0.25 and your 0.75. Anything above 0.25, you enter a short, and you take it to that 7.75. You stop, you put it at the high, or just above the highs, and you just shorts immediately to that point. That's it. Now you can make an easy 2R out of most of those trades if the range is big enough. So this would be like a 1R. The range is still pretty big. So if you ever would say we were ranging for a long time, this is how you can trade it. So that's an hour of choppiness right now that we can see. There's 15-minute candles are just inside each other's wicks. Even so, just be patient, guys, of everybody here. Oh, I think I'll get myself another drink before I can do anything. Morning, Doctor Who. Okay. So I'm uploading my book from last month. So the book that will be uploaded is, this takes a while. It's like a 24-hour book. I was surprised that I even could load it up in one time. It's been uploading from yesterday. It's still busy. YouTube is not the fastest one if you have to upload something that takes like 24 hours. And it's called The Law of Success. From the Mastermind to the Golden Rule, from Napoleon Hill. I'm not sure that I may drop this one too, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I would love to share this one. I probably can share it in Discord, but I probably will not be able to share it on YouTube itself. So if you're not in my Discord, you probably will not have the last one. Try to give you guys a book a month at least, that you can learn something from it. Education is good, but remember, if you ever study something, that you also have to implement it. Don't wait until you know everything, because that will not get you anywhere. Highly effective people, those people that actually make a lot of money, they tend to take action a lot. And more than they actually want to learn about something. They will learn along the way. A good example is actually when I was actually younger, when we got out and we were going out to play at the streets, just with kids from the neighborhoods. We actually never knew what we were gonna do. We just do it instead of reading about it and then okay, now let's go out and play something that we learned. No, we actually just start playing. It's the same with businesses. Do something that you love and you will keep doing it forever. An hour will look like 5 minutes. So having a labor of love is something that you really need to know to have. So if you look, I'll be honest. If you don't like trading and it's not something for you, be okay with it. There are enough stuff out there that you can do. Ask yourself one question: what makes me happy? Then you'll probably know what you want to do. And take some time on this, guys. This is not something that you need to answer like in 1 minute. This is really something that will get you for the rest of your life. If you can start, if you're young, like say that you are 25, 30 years, if you're beneath 40 even, you can easily change and adapt to something new. And I don't mean that anybody above 40 is not young anymore. Dude, I've seen changes above 60 too, so. There's not much to see about on the market right now, so at least we can give you guys some education. Mountains, climbing, trekking makes me. That's good. So climbing makes you happy. Good. Trekking, I have no idea what it means. You mean go with a backpack to countries? Let me look this up, what trekking means. Oh, so yeah, okay. Trekking means going on a long, often challenged journey on foot, usually through nature environments like mountains, forests, and rural areas. It is similar like hiking, but usually involves longer distance, multiple days, rough and unrough, and even terrain, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. ChatGPT translate that correctly for me. Luckily that we have that one. Look, if you love that, dude, you can make a lot of money out of that one. I know a lot of people that said if you get to some say that you have found a path somewhere and you can record those things and you just stream them from where you are or anywhere in the mountain, or you make movies afterwards, go to local people when you meet them and tell people where they are located and something like that. Dude, you can make a lot of money out of that, and you'll enjoy this even to do it. Then you just have to ask yourself, who does something like this already? If you know who does this already, go look them up and look at their values. How do they make money out of this? There's always a way to make something out of it. But you will be going the extra mile because you will be walking the miles even. So, and believe me, people love to watch those stuff too. They rather watch it sometimes than do it themselves. What I find actually rather strange. I would love to join your hiking. So you could be even like a tour guide then. If you like to do it, you could even build up like a tour business around it and take people with you. If you know the place, the areas where you can stop with local people that are friendly to go to, where they have some nice shops to go to, you'll know the mountains because you walked it before. Need a marketing team. Yeah, same for me. I need one too. Like I know how to trade, I know how to act on it, I know how to do crypto and so, but marketing is really something I'm not good at. Yeah, so if anybody knows somebody is good at marketing, let me know, guys. I'm willing to pay. I really need a good marketer. See, this would give you excitement. So this is why you do it. Yeah, but believe me, you will wake up with a smile on your face if you will be able to do that every day. It wouldn't matter for you if you were like 10 hours away or 20 hours or 50 hours, you would just be happy because it's something that you love to do. So we're still ranging, guys. So we're just here like in a small 5-minute box up down movement. If it stays, we're 1 minute to 9. So this is the good thing about it. So we got about 16 seconds that we have open. Let's see if we have some movement at open, because if it stays like this for another half hour, I'm not even gonna trade. You guys hear me say immediately, it will need some kind of movement right now, because if it doesn't, this is no way that we're gonna trade this. Here's open. Let's see what open brings. Look at this hourly. This is actually, so we're now inside an hourly for value gap. We're inside a 30-minute for value gap. We got rejected twice of this high. New York has the high from yesterday. So order market gonna flush right here, all the way down, take out everything. I would love actually to see it hit first previous day high and then do that we can jump into it. But if it just starts to move, we will see if we find any entries off of it. You're always smiling when you're doing that. Are you smiling behind the charts, Doctor Who? If you're not, you should be doing something else, man. I'm sure of it. Look, I enjoy giving. It's a passion of me of teaching, so that's a passion for me. I like just to teach people stuff, stuff that I'm actually good at too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be worth much of teaching it. So I get completion by somebody understanding my knowledge and sharing it in a way that actually a small kid can learn it. Anything that I've taught myself or self-taught, I like to share it. This is something I like just to do. This makes me happy too. But I have to say I took 2 walks in the mountains once, and I do like it too. It's calms, somehow it calms you down. But no electoral devices with you, just nature itself and the silence around you. So open, we got 3 minutes and open. We came down to a 30-minute for value gap actually. We tapped that one. We had a small 15-minute void right here that we tapped. So let's see, does the market continue up or not? I don't trade open. So if I'm in a trade, I'm okay with it, but I do not trade opens. Yeah, London Open is okay probably to trade, but I never traded New York Open. Something that I do not like, just the volatility can go both ways, always. Yeah, why don't you do something there then in the Himalaya or something? If you really enjoy that, Doctor, find a way to go there, and the path will lay open for you. Do something there. You'll enjoy it much more than sitting behind the charts. Dude, that's something very different. Sadabo, once you know the mountain is very good, and just start by talking about it, how your experience was, how you felt, what you've seen, and then show some pictures of it. So like start with a small YouTube channel and just start showing the environment where you are, taking small videos when you're there, and sharing them. And people will start knowing you, and you will be able to make a ton of money out of it. People like travelers. And the one reason is because they always have the excuse that people don't have time to travel to somewhere. That's the main excuse that they make. They all have time, but they don't want to spend it uh, off the time that they don't now have. Believe me, if we can do a work in 8 hours, we will do it in 8 hours. If you only have like 2.5 hours to do something, you will do it in 2.5 hours. The same work that you've done in 8 hours normally. I see myself do this once. So normally it takes me about 50 minutes to cook, something like that. And I only had like 25 minutes. And I made like 3 dishes, but normally takes me at least 50 to 60 minutes. And I did it in less than 20 minutes. And I was like, whoa, this was insane how fast I did this. So, yeah, it's okay if you don't like social media, but remember one thing: if you want to make if this makes you really happy, adapt to the things that you need to adapt to. In the beginning, you will have to learn it all. After a while, when you make a lot of when you make some money out of it, you can pay somebody to do that stuff for you, and then you can give it out to somebody else. But at the beginning, you will have to do it by yourself. So you will have to get over that part from I don't like this or that. If this is your dream thing that you want to do, what do I have to adopt to make this come true for myself? See it in that way. Don't see it in a way from I don't like this or that. No, no, no. See it in a way from this is how I like my life to be, and this is what I need to adopt to get that. Doesn't really matter if you like it right now or not. Maybe say 10 years ago, do you still like the same movies than 10 years ago? Do you still like the same food that 10 years ago? Probably not. If you like something else, that means that you have adapted. What you 10 years maybe did not really saw as good food. Maybe you like something right now that you didn't like at all 10 years ago, and other ways around. Something that you did like 10 years ago that you maybe don't like now anymore. So you adapted to that without knowing that you would adapt to it. So not liking social media can be true right now, but it can change in like 2 years from now. If you could do it from the mountains and sit there outside at the mountains itself and stream from there off and showing everybody the view, dude, you will get so nice comments off of that that you probably, not that you don't like social media, you would just like to show the people what you see. That's the same what I do with trading. I like trading a lot. I love it actually, but if it wasn't for all of you, I would not sit behind this chart right now today. I don't see anything on this chart, so if I can't see anything, I cannot trade it. So if it wasn't for you all here teaching some kind of knowledge in the meantime, I wouldn't be here. So I get the privilege of being here for all of you. So I'm happy that I can teach you. Doesn't matter if it's trading right now or if it's something in mentally, because not going in a trade today is the same mental capacity that we used or that we were in a trade. Not trading in this kind of environment shows you that I have a discipline, that I don't trade. And this is something that traders need to adapt. And believe me, I don't like social media either. It's not my thing, and I need to make shorts. I need to make posts. I need to make websites. I need to make. I made them all myself to learn how they actually were built. I got a time for it, anyways. So this gives me some off-screen, not watching charts. Okay, so we're still in this half down movement. So we got about 10 minutes in open, about 5 more minutes, and we're done with this 15-minute chart. We hit this hourly for value gap. It looks like it will fall through right now. But yeah, you can all see why I'm not trading this, guys. This is not worth trading. I was expecting lower prices when we started on this 15-minute, like I said, but I prefer to see us actually take out previous day high before. If we don't, I'm okay with it. Okay, if we go down, the only liquidity pool that I see is actually those equal lows. So this is what we will hit. So now we're taking out this half hour for value gap completely because this was the low and we tapped it. So this is closed. We also took out that hourly for value gap, so this doesn't hold any value anymore. So we don't need to watch it. So probably we'll just fall further down right now. Look, this was a bit clearer. So we had a high, a lower high, and then one lower. So here we could have probably jumped into it. And yes, but NQ was actually not really. We made equal highs, and I didn't like that part either. So and again, this was exactly the same way that I told you guys like a minute ago. You could have made 1 hour out of this just by setting those Fibonacci tool and trading of that 25 level back to that 75 level. And it just proved that it works before it actually happened. So this is a strategy that you can trade ranging, and then you have to be okay by taking that stop right there. Don't try to push it all the way down because the market tends to go back from that 75 level back up to that 25 level. This is how a ranging market works. So here's my favorite mascots again of the day. This one would like the mountains too. This one loves the mountains. He's insane how fast he is. We are now 15 minutes in open. Let's see if we can get some 5-minute gap right here and then take a short off of it. I want to see if we can hit those upper 5 minutes. If we do, I would short down with it. If we fall directly, I'll not jump into this. Yep. You can make a lot more than day trading. If you want to stay 8-9 months away and climb mountains, you don't need to learn how to day trade. You just need to make some money. That's all. I put that aside. You can make on any job a lot of money. Would a long of 6,855 15-minute value gap of previous day high be valid for mass? Would a long of 6856 685 let me see. So look, this is actually a textbook trade, guys. Oh, look, I didn't even see this one yet. So look, I want to explain what's happened right here. So this is sell side liquidity. Now we just taken out. So buy side liquidity. So we made equal highs right here. We tapped it and we got rejected off of it. We tapped this fully. We closed off. We took it out. We got rejected because this is too small to say that we made a break of structure. We made a small movement. We came back into it. We got rejected again. This market is gonna fall down right now. So if I would be you, I would short the market instead of longing it. I would prefer something like this. So I would be looking if it was a 15 minutes falling from here somewhere, or even jump into this one, put your stop at a high and let it fall actually all the way down to the lows. I would prefer to short than long this. So I would take something like this. If I was here right now taking a trade, this would be my trade. Stops at the high, trade it to the low. That would be the trade I want to take. And first TP would be, see, here I can say immediately what I want to do. On NQ, I could not. So this is a way different model right now for me. So this is what I would do, TP1, TP2, and then see how far it would go. Why this one? Equal lows here, because this is the last liquidity sweep that was done. So this will be the first where the market can react off. And then the lows. Once we get to TP1, I would put my stop at that high, so it actually reduces a bit. So you can even put your stop there if you want to. If you want to jump into this right now, that would be still a 6. That would be almost a 1, a bit less than 1. So this is what I would love to have it a little bit higher. But this is what I would do. That was very clear textbook trade. Just because we got rejected of this high, we tapped it again, and we are falling right now. So this showing us that the market did not have strength to go up to the highs yet. It can, but not yet. So I would short the market, not long it right here. Yeah, some people believe that trading is so that trading is easy to make money off. I have no idea why people believe this, that trading is an easy game. It's a mental game, guys, and this is why I said this month I will be not trading in the afternoon session. It's just because it's mentally really taking energy, really asking energy. So it really asks a lot of a person to trade 4 hour plus a day. It's really not healthy to do too, so it's better just to do it less. This is why I just said this month I'll just do the morning session, because if this keeps going, I would just burn myself out. I would not be able to teach. So this is why I take a break, because I want to take no trades today. Birthday was yesterday. We'll go out and give. Yeah, enjoy. It doesn't look like anything as on the screen right now too. So I don't see any trades right now. I will not take any until I have a clear view where the market goes. At this point, it's just still chopping inside that range box. It does look like it wants to go lower because we got rejected off that 15 minutes. But until I actually see a clear movement, I'm not doing anything. And I'll be offline in about 40 minutes from now. So if I don't see any clear entry, it's a no trading day. But that's okay too. My fingertips. Thank you all for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any trading books that you want to read, let me know. I got about 300 books in PDF form, so I believe you have plenty of time to read. Nu? Maar bezig? Nee. Dat kan toch niet alleen van bezig? Ga maar door dan. So at this point, still no trading. Like I said, I'll probably go lower just by ES, watching how ES reacted. Trade snake. If it moves lower, yeah, it's gonna be without me. That's okay. Yeah, this will take it out right now. So the same was actually when this was a choppy market. So that was the highs that they were almost. I'll take this box away for a second. I'll explain this. So look, we actually built up a huge amount of liquidity right here, and we actually took it out on a wick that got rejected off a high. Once we get rejected off a high, and we start just sideways movements, we probably go lower and take out the rest. We need to form a full candle body above a previous day high before we will move up. If we have just like a tap and a rejection back inside, we will definitely keep falling lower right now. There's no doubt about it. And that's still in that movement what I talked about yesterday. This is that 6-hour movement. So this is the break of structure to the downside on a 6-hour. We hit that, oh yeah, this should be this one, 7-8 level. We came above it, we tapped the highs, we got rejected off of it, we didn't push through it. So if the market wants to go back down right here, what we will do, we will go back to fair value of price. So we probably go back around to that 25,000 level one more time and then continue off. Yep. So the good thing is now we have Asia low, right? Yeah. So this is Asia low. Let's see how we act off of it. If you have, like yesterday, a strong push out of it, we can take a long. It will depend on how we act off of here. If we just push and keep falling, yeah, that would be something different. But if we just like fall like a few points and then have a strong push back up, we could take a swing out of it and try and trade it back up to those highs right here. The good thing is now we actually finally broke that range part. So this was the ranging part that we were in. So we now broke it. So this is good. So we took out all sell side liquidity. Now we want to see how does this market act under Asia low. Does it continue to push lower, or does it really have a strong push back inside and immediately a shift in direction? So if you took this long, Veerle, I would definitely in the next 20 seconds want to see this candle move all the way back up, and I would take it to that level, like here, max the highs. Like this would be my maximum trade I would take it to. And definitely put it to break even pretty fast. Just of that reaction. So we had news. So the next news is 10:30. We'll see if I find any entries right now. If we do, we'll jump into it. So now I'm looking actually for a long because we actually had a strong pushback inside. So I want to see this minute actually shown strength. So once we close a candle with highs above, I'll probably jump in along with a stop at that low and see how far we can take it. So we'll look something like this. Take it back to those highs. Not in anything yet, just be patient. Also watching how we act off this 5 minutes. So we tapped the 5 minute here too. So the market is showing strength to the downside right now. So keep that in mind. So this was a 5 minute FVG right here that we're now tapping. The thing is, this 15 minute got rejected back inside. The only thing I didn't like is that this candle is actually beneath those candle blocks. So if it was fully beneath that, this candle fully beneath that wick, I would even look less good, but there's still a lot of strength to the downside right now. So not a fan of jumping into this. Okay, so if this moves up for the next 40 seconds, that's going to be a good move. Okay, so I'm going to jump in along right now. Stops at the low. I'm aiming for higher. So once we start moving and we hit this high, I'm going to put my stop to entry, and then we will see afterwards how it moves. I do want to see also once we create a new 5 minute for value gap. So I'm in a long, everybody. I also want to see how we act off of this 5 minute that's being created in a few minutes under this one. I do want to see continuation. If we start falling, this is not going to be good then. But the good thing is we were ranging. So if we are back into that ranging box because we didn't close that wick below it, this is the part that the market should move its hands back to the upside. So now we're at the top of that 2 minutes gaps we had filled up. Now I want to see continuation too. So we have a 15 minute just laying above here. So if we hit this 15-minute gap, I don't want to see us fall back down. If we do, I'll put my stop at entry. So once we hit this 15-minute value gap just above us, I don't want to see it come back down. If we do, I'm closing my trade. So that's just below, like I said, once we hit this level, right where we are right now, this is the last part. I don't want to see us slowly move back down. So because this is the last place of liquidity that we could change hands again to continue to move down. So, or we are continuing further, or it's better just to put your stop now at entry, or take a small partial. That's also something I could do, and make your stop the same as your entry. So my stop is 25. I'm putting my stop now at this lower wick. So this reduced a bit, about 8 points. If this comes back to my entry, I'm closing this. Again, if this comes back to my entry, I'm closing this trade. We're at 14 in the stream. Oh, nice. Welcome all. Happy that you're here. If you enjoy the streams, you're always welcome then to join the Discord, of course, if you're not yet in it. If you want to help this channel grow a bit, a thumbs up is always appreciated too. Now, all what we can do right now is just be patient and see what happens in a minute. The market is slowly moving in our direction. Okay, so now we tapped that 15 minutes. So here I don't want to see, I'm just going to take one contract off right now and let the rest do its thing. Because here's the place where we said that 15-minute gap actually was. So we're now trading inside that 15-minute. We got 2 more minutes. Or this market will immediately come back down right now or continue. Because this was exactly the place where I said on ES that we could take a short from. See, so I'm keeping this all in mind while I'm trading. I just, by doing this too many times, I just remember all of this. So we're now inside this 15 minutes. Because the market was going lower, this is the area where the market should continue to fall from if we don't want to go up. So because we've been being choppy all day, this is why the probability was bigger that we also could go back up to those equal highs, that we need that liquidity to move the market then in that full direction. So this is why I jumped in this trade. It was possible. Like I said, I took one partial just at that 15-minute right here. Now my stop is at entry. I got a very small trade profit right now. Doesn't really matter. I want to have full TP will be the TP1. And we will see in a minute what happens. So we got 33 seconds. I don't really like the way that it got pushed down. So I do want to see that 28 seconds last. I want to see it close inside this 15 minutes. If it does, that looks good because then we have an infungled candle. So we got a small and a bigger one showing change in hands. So an infungled candle means actually when it gets hits on a support level, so you could draw. If you have never heard of support and resisting, please learn a little bit about trading. You can draw this, and on major support and resisting levels, when you see an infungled candle or a tweezer, so a tweezer means 2 candles with the same body and length, there is a big possibility that the market continues in that direction. Now, this is not really a full infunglement because you need like a body that actually is like halfway bigger. This is like a very small bit bigger, but not really the size that I want to see. Because on the other hand, if you watch this one, we got rejected of this high. We tapped the 15 minutes, and this looks now it wants to go lower. So my stop is at entry, everybody. This is the only trade I'll probably take in this stream. If it hits my entry, I'm out. I took a very small partial, and that's not really worth it. It's a $40 profit. Was not really worth it. But just this way, if it gets to my entry, this is something that I'm had internally. Once I take just a small partial, put my stop at entry, I'm okay by it hitting my entry again. So this will be my stop. That was my stop. Okay, let's journal my trade. Yeah, I trade daily live. Ramsty Stu. Yeah, these are my trades I took live with all of you. You can rewatch the streams if you want to. They're all being recorded here on YouTube. We are the fourth. We got in this trade at 9:30, and I got stopped at 9:45. 9:31. Okay, it's good. 9:45. That was a long. That was a choppy market from yesterday. No big moves. Took a trade after sweeping Asia low. Want to go back to those equal highs. Took a partial 15 minutes FVG and stop at entry. Got stopped. That's it. And now we take a screenshot of our trade. Look, if the market now continues up, I'm okay with it too. So that was my choice to put my stop at my entry. If you don't feel happy by doing that, you don't have to. And if the trade then goes correct, for me, it doesn't matter really. So I'm okay by putting my stop at my entry. So if the market now fully continues up and takes my full TP, I'm happy too. I'm not going to jump into this anymore. I don't want to. I'm okay with it. I took one trade now this day, and I'm done for the day. Okay, I barely tapped my entry actually. It was very, but it was my entry. But we will see soon enough what happens. I'll stay online for another 10 minutes and then I'm off for the day. If you're still into it, this would be 1 hour right here that you can take. And TP1 would be full TP. That would be a 2.7 that you can make out of this. So definitely a good trade. And we had the patience to sit through all of this patiently, doing nothing, choppiness, doing nothing, seeing the market move down, doing nothing, and then jumped into it after sweeping Asia low, waiting for a reaction to show us that the market wanted to shift back up, and then jumped into it. So good trade. Very happy with this. Would take this any day. But like I said, once I do have a set of rules. So if I take a trade and it doesn't go to my TP yet, I take a partial and I put my stop at entry. I never re-enter that trade. That's one of my rules. You never re-enter a second time on the same trade. Because then you are actually deviating from your plan. So make sure that you have a set of rules that you know how to trade actually. Ramsti, you're always welcome. You can always join if you want to. Discord is probably in the description, so you can just join the Discord. It's free. Come say hello. You're welcome to join any day. If you just follow the streams here, you'll learn enough. If you want to learn a bit faster, I got a full educational course also on it. But you don't have to. You can just sit here, watch with me all day. You just learn from my streams. Ask questions if you don't understand anything, and I'll be happy to explain it. That's what I'm for. That's why I'm doing this, to help you grow. So I'm gonna be patient for another 8 to 10 minutes. Want to see how this plays out. If this continues up, I'm happy too. So I saw the market move like it should move, took that trade, and got stopped. That's it. So my wife is a bit different trader. She never puts her stop at break even. She doesn't like it. So that this is something is up to you, how you feel more about it. So I prefer to put my stop faster at entry and be okay if a trade runs without me. Because I have the discipline, I already created the discipline to be patient until it comes back and then take an entry again. So if you're still in this, we probably hit that 1 hour in a few seconds. And if you did take this trade and you took profit, share it in Discord. I prefer, I'll appreciate that even more. That helps the community grow. Say something in the chat too. That helps also the community stay alive. This was actually the only trade we could have taken in this full choppiness. So this is what trading is about, guys. So be patient. You see your model come out, and then you take it. That's it. When I got on stream, I said there was a 15-minute right here that I would love to short from, but it was just when I started, it tapped it, and I don't like trading straight out of nothing when I'm just entering stream. And that would have been a good trade too, down to here. That would be first DP actually, Asia low. And it would have looked something like this actually, maybe a bit lower. So stops at those highs, and that would have been the trade to Asia low, on 1.5. But because we were chopping also, I wanted to see a clear direction where the market wanted to head to. So here we had bigger candles, and these actually shown you where the market wanted to go to. Because we got rejected off Asia low, so this candle right here had a wick back into it. So this shown us we got rejected off Asia low. This is why I was anticipating that the market would change its hands and go back up right here. Just because this wick wasn't a body close. If it was a body close, I would never have logged off of this. So that's 4 minutes to my time. If nobody has a question, I'll appreciate all of you. I'll not take another trade, so we will see if this plays out tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow morning again. Same time. I'm here from 8 in the morning, so Brussels time. That's UTC plus 1, I believe. Yeah, UTC plus 1, so that's Brussels time at 8 o'clock. So if you trade London, London is an hour different than me. So that's UTC, so that's now only 8. So that's now 9 right here. So for me, it's already 10. But if you take some profits and you want to be a professional trader, stop for the day. It's okay. Doesn't matter if you have a big profit or a small profit. Just be okay with it. Let the rest of the day do something different. Enjoy life a bit more, and come back tomorrow with a clear head. I appreciate all of you being here, and I'll see you back tomorrow, of course. Enjoy the rest of your trading day.